Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're keeping well and safe, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I mainly post makeup tutorials and beauty box unboxing. So it has been a while since I've done any sort of makeup tutorial or any sort of review on a product, and I really want to get back into making those sort of tutorials for you because I just want to show what it looks like on my skin and what the actual products look like raw and unfiltered, and take you through everything. So today I am back with a review product, and I will be reviewing the Huda Beauty Peach by Colour Corrector and Powder. I ordered these products from the Huda Beauty's website. They were launched at the start of Feb. I've had them for a couple of weeks now and I've been meaning to try them out, but I never got the chance to get round to it. So today I will be reviewing these, giving you my first impressions and thoughts on these products, and you'll be able to see what it looks like on my skin raw and unfiltered. So I'm just going to give you a quick close-up of both the packaging. So this is the Huda Beauty Fox Filter Colour Corrector, and this is what the packaging looks like. Then we have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch, which is a breast brightening and setting powder. First we're going to try the Huda Beauty Fox Filter Colour Corrector in the shade Peach, and on her website it states it's a creamy, comfortable and sheer formula. Our colour correctors blend seamlessly but have enough impact to correct any discoloration and even the under eye and any complexion concerns. Derived from our amazing Fox Filter Concealer formula, our colour correctors dial up the brightness and decrease the coverage so it's intense but easy to use. And then it tells us it has no flashback, sweat, crease and transfer proof, and it's non-wearing. What else to know? It's infused with a brightening cocktail of actives like vitamin C, niacinamide to soften pigmentation and brighten the under eye area. It's available in 5 shades. Our peachy tones cancel out darkness and pigmentation to create even skin, or a blank canvas for other complexion products. The key claims made are: it contains niacinamide and vitamin C infused, it brightens and evens discoloration, and it's crease, sweat and transfer proof. And there's also a mini guide on how to use this product, how to use and Huda hacks. Use after skincare, before any other makeup. Dot a small amount to any areas of pigmentation. Gently blend. Apply foundation, concealer and any other product to create your look. And then Huda's hack is: if like me you love high impact, then you can correct, cover and conceal by adding foundation and concealer on top of the correctors. Use the tip of the applicator to line the outer edges of your lips for a more defined look. Use a brush for intense colour correction. It's actually quite sunny this morning, which is good because you'll get to see the product in natural light, but annoyingly I keep catching the sun while I'm recording. Anyway, so this product is 9ml, which I believe is the same size as her concealer, and on the packaging she does make some of the claims that she makes on the website, such as it's crease, sweat, transfer proof, and it brightens and evens any discoloration. So I'm just going to open up the packaging and let's see what it looks like. So this is what the applicator looks like. It is very similar to her Fox Filter Concealer. I'm going to swatch this on the back of my hand like so. This is the colour I'm getting on my skin, so I'm just going to blend that with my fingers a tiny bit like so. And you can see how nicely that blends. It really is blendable. It's really soft. The formula is pretty much the same as the Fox Filter Concealer. At first it's a bit liquidy, then it goes quite creamy when you blend it, and then it blends out like a dream. That small swatch has pretty much covered my entire wrist, so a little does go a long way, and you can actually see what the colour looks like. It is very pigmented. Now I'm going to try this on my under eyes, but before I do this, just so you guys are aware, I do have my skincare on, so my moisturiser, eye cream and all of that stuff, and then I did go ahead and apply some primer on and some foundation. I went in with this Glowish primer, and then I went ahead and applied the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and that is literally all I have on my skin, so I am happy that I can go ahead and apply this under my eyes. I've taken the P. Louise 707 toothbrush, and I've taken a really small amount like you can see there, and I'm just going to apply it under my eyes. So I'm going to do one eye with a brush and then the other eye with a sponge, so let's see what the difference is between the two. So I'm going to begin with my left eye, which I'm going to do with a brush. So I'm just going to dot about that much on there. I may have gone a little bit overboard with correcting this, but because I do have dark circles currently, so I've just kind of applied it all under my eye, and I've applied a very thin layer, and then I'm going to go onto my right eye and apply it with my fingers. I'm going to take it from here and I'm just going to apply a dot like so, and then I'm going to blend it out with my fingers. The reason I'm applying it with my fingers is because usually with colour correctors I put a dot on and I actually do use my finger to blend everything out. I just don't like using brushes or sponges because I feel like it just makes everything orange, and then when I go in to put on my foundation I don't feel like it blends as well. It's just a personal preference, but this is what I currently look like, a walking zombie. The colour corrector on this eye is a little further down than the other. It doesn't matter because I'm going to take my concealer and I'm going to go ahead and conceal. I'm using the Huda Beauty Fox Filter Concealer in the shade Nugget. I'm applying my concealer as I normally do. Now for some this may be a lot, for others it may not be, but this is how I like to conceal. I'm going to blend this eye with a brush, and I'm going in with the Zoeva 142 Concealer Buffer Brush. So let's blend. I know this looks crazy right now, but I literally need this amount of concealer to cover my dark eyes. Well, I feel like I do. And I'm just blending that out, like so. And then what I usually do is, with the excess, I just put it on the eyelids. I feel like that is blended. When I look closely in the mirror, it feels a bit patchy. But I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes, let it sit in, and let's see what it looks like. I'm going in with a Made by Mitchel sponge, and I'm just going to blend that out like so. So that's both eyes blended out. I'm going to let it sit for a couple of minutes while we open up the peach pie baking powder. This is what the Easy Bake and Snatch powder looks like. Underneath the actual compressed powder you have a little mini powder puff to apply the product on. So just a little bit about this product. On Huda's website it comes in 9 different shades. It is a pressed powder with a luminous matte finish designed for targeted brightening to instantly snatch your face. What it does: the key to an instant lifted look, Easy Bake and Snatch comes with a precision sponge that instantly brightens and blurs for a filtered finish look in seconds. Why we're obsessed? It's talc free and fragrance free, speed baking, medium to full coverage, 8 to 9 hour wear, sweat and humidity resistant. What else to know? It's infused with hyaluronic acid and avocado derivative for a creamy, non-drying, incredibly soft and silky texture to create a bright, lifted and filtered finish. The compact packaging has a precision designed sponge for a targeted setting and on-the-go touch-ups for the oily areas like the T-zones. And then it tells us how to use it. So it says, use a tapping motion to pick up a small amount of product and build up to your desired level of coverage. Gently press powder onto the under-eye areas you want to brighten. Blend immediately for a seamless finish and dust across the face to set makeup. Huda's hack: apply to smile lines using a small brush along with any other shadows to brighten and lift. Touch up oily T-zones throughout the day for a fully filtered look, and for an extra snatched look, bake with Easy Bake loose powder and touch up with Easy Bake and Snatch for a full glam finish. This is 8.5 grams for £32. I usually set with a loose powder, which is 20 grams for £34. So this is definitely better value for money, and I genuinely prefer loose powder over press, but I wanted to try this out, so let's give it a go. Let's see what the difference is. I still have on the corrector from the earlier swatch. I'm just going to take this with my fingers and kind of press it on one side. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I have actually set part of this swatch. So this line here has been set with this powder, and I've actually used it with my fingers. I've not used a brush or a sponge to do so. And then this little part here where I've got my finger over has not been set, and that is the original swatch. You can kind of see the difference because where it has been set, it's instantly mattifies and has got like a blurring look to it compared to the rest of the powder. Sorry, corrector. It's been a couple of minutes since the concealer has been sitting under my eyes fully blended, so let's see what it looks like. I think the under eyes definitely look a lot brighter than what they were with the combination of the colour corrector and the concealer. In terms of it creasing, it has creased a little bit and sunk in the lines on both like the brush and the sponge. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, There has been a slight sinking of the product within the lines, and I kind of get that because I would have expected that anyway. So I'm just going to get my brush and kind of blend it back out before we go ahead and set. Before you set any liquid products, you always meant to make sure that it's fully blended out and that you made sure that you've blended out any sinking of the products, or else when you set it, it will set as it sits on the skin. So I've made sure this has been fully blended out. Now I'm just going to take the little mini powder puff that comes with the powder and use this to press it on. Taking it like so, got this much product on, and I'm trying to get the powder right in the corner of the product so it can easily go inside the corner of my eye. So you can see the difference between both eyes, the one that's been set and the one that hasn't. It has instantly blurred out anything, whereas the other eyes is still sitting very like glowy. So I'm going to use a brush to set the other eye. So this is what the under eyes look like set. So on this side we've used a sponge to set it, and then on this side we've used a brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush and bronzer and set the rest of my face with this Easy Bake. I'm going to go in with the Huda bronzer to bronze up a little. So I'm taking the Easy Bake powder and I'm setting the rest of my face with it using this MAC 226 brush. And you can see I'm doing it on my jawlines, and I'm just going to go in on the side of my nose and my forehead. And I'm just pressing the product onto the skin. I'm taking the product and I'm pressing it onto the skin. After setting my face, this is what it looks like. I do feel like it's definitely brightened my face. I'm just going to take this sponge again and I'm going to go in under my cheekbones, like here, just to bring it out a little bit more. I'm going to finish off with a little bit of mascara, and I'm taking the Huda Beauty Legit lashes and I'm taking the volume side and I'm doing one coat on each lash. So after my mascara, this is my finished look. It is very natural looking and very minimal in terms of it being medium coverage, and you can see my skin through it and you can see the odd few spots which I have on my skin, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I do like how the powder has set onto my skin. I do feel like it applies better with a brush than a sponge, but let's give each product a review and let's see what we think of it. So in terms of the concealer, going back onto Huda's website, it does state no flashback. I've actually tried this out and it doesn't give any flashback, which is great because the last thing you want is a flashback. Just to prove it to you guys, I've got the corrector on my wrist and I'm going to take a photo with a flash on. That's what it looks like, and you can see there is no flashback on it. What else does the concealer claim? It claims to be sweat, crease and transfer proof and long wearing. Well, it's not too hot here, so I can't really test out whether it is sweat proof, but I know her Fox Filter concealer is actually sweat proof and I can guarantee on that one, but I can't put the guarantee on this corrector. And in terms of it being crease and transfer proof, I do feel like it will crease no matter what concealer, no matter how thick, how creamy the formula, no matter which brand. I feel like every single concealer on the market will crease if you have any sort of lines or fine lines. And the thicker the concealer, the more likely it is going to crease. That's just my opinion, and I can give you guys a zoomed in look to see if it has crease. But first I'm going to check in the mirror. So I do think it has crease and I'll show you guys now. So that's what the concealer looked like on my skin on a close-up. You could see a tiny bit of creasing, but not too much. And that's expected because I have layered one thick product over another and I did use quite a bit of concealer, and that's the normal amount I normally use. So I kind of expected all of that creasing to be there. And finally, it's supposed to be transfer proof. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tissue and let's see if it transfers across. Here is my tissue, which is clean and it has no product on. First I'm going to try it on my wrist, so I'm just going to try it and swipe it like so. So without it being set, I managed to take this much off, but I was very harsh on it. But let's try the set part, which is here. So this is what I set. And a tiny bit came off. Now I'm going to take the other side, which is also clean, and I'm going to try that under my eyes like so. So that's how much product came off my under eyes. So after setting, this is how much product came off. So not a lot come off after setting the powder, but when it wasn't set, quite a bit came off. So you definitely need to set this for it to last. Hopefully that gave you guys an idea of if the product is transfer proof. Where it has been set with the powder, it didn't transfer, but where it wasn't set, there was slight transfer of the product. So once you set it, it does not transfer, and I've kind of like done that with my fingers and nothing has come off either. Hopefully that gave you guys an idea of whether the product is transfer proof. Where it did set, it didn't transfer, but where it didn't set, you could see there's a big patch here where the product did transfer. In terms of pigmentation, I do think it's a great colour corrector, and the colour, I usually use this LA Pro Girl concealer, and I'm just going to swatch it against here so you can kind of see the difference in colour. So this is definitely better for deeper tones because it's a lot more orange, whereas the peach colour corrector is a little bit lighter than the one that I use. So in terms of what it looks like under my eyes, I do feel like it has brightened. The key claims of the product were that it contains niacinamide and vitamin C infused, it brightens and evens discoloration, it's crease wet and transfer proof. In terms of all those key claims, the only thing that I'm a bit hesitant on is on the crease element. There will definitely be creasing and you could see slight creasing, but other than that, I am quite happy with the product and I do like the way my face is looking right now. Overall, would I recommend you guys to purchase it? I feel like if you have deep pigmentation that you need to colour correct, then definitely I would recommend the product, but just be mindful of the creasing of the under eye area. But I think if you use it on the rest of your face, I don't think it would crease. I think it's a great product because I do love her normal concealer and I do use that on a daily basis. Now on to the Easy Bake powder. In terms of the packaging, what I do like is at the back of here you've got these mini tiny holes, and that's just for ventilation of when the sponge is inside. So you can see from here, that's where you put your sponge in, and then you close it as a compact, and then you kind of open up your powder like so. This powder is tart free and fragrance free, so let's give it a sniff. It definitely doesn't have a fragrance. Like, it smells like powder. Now this is going to sound really weird, but there's no fragrance besides like raw powder. Like, it's weird. But yeah, it's definitely fragrance free. Speed baking, I think I'm going to agree with that because I feel like my under eyes do look brighter just without baking and without using any loose powder. It's medium to full coverage. Yep, it is definitely medium coverage because I'm just going to take a swatch like so, and then I'm going to apply it on the back of my hand here and kind of like blend that out. And you can kind of see the difference between the two. So this is like my bare hand and this is where the powder is. When I look at it now, I can definitely see it's got a blurring effect on my skin and it has given me coverage. I would say this powder is quite buildable in terms of coverage, so if you're using it with a brush you can build it on slowly, but if you're using it with a sponge it might be a little bit difficult to build on without it getting patchy. It also claims to be 8 to 9 hour wear. I mean, I've only had it on for a couple of hours, so I can't really claim on that, but based on her loose powder, I would say it's going to be long wearing. It's also sweat and humidity resistant. Now, I use the loose powder all the time. Like, this isn't my only powder that I use, and this is definitely sweat and humidity resistant. It's waterproof and it's transfer proof. So I think the same formula or similar formula has been used on this Easy Bake. So on that basis, I think it will be sweat proof and humidity resistant. I kind of wish that I did get the loose powder in peach pie so I could actually compare the peach pie to the sugar cookie. It's on my list to get, so I'll definitely give that a go in the coming weeks. If you'd like to see a review on that, then please do let me know in the comment section below. In terms of value for money, with the pressed powder you get 8.5 grams for £32, and you get the loose powder 20 grams for £34 or £36, I can't quite remember. But I definitely think the loose powder is more value for money. I personally prefer using loose powder over pressed powder, and therefore I will always reach out to my loose powder first. I will be purchasing the loose powder in peach pie, so if you would like a review on that, then please do let me know in the comment sections below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys found this useful, and if there are any more products you'd like me to review, then please do let me know in the comment section below. Now this brings me to the end where I say my goodbyes, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps me motivated and engaged to make all these tutorials for you, and I really want to make a lot more this year than I have previously. So take care for now guys, and I shall see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye!